Hello and welcome to the FPO coverage of our River City Open in 2021, brought to you by 616 Graphics, Wolfpack Discs, Discraft, and Great Lakes Discs. My name is Zachary O'Haron, and on the commentator's mic with me today, I've got Innova-sponsored Stacy. How you doing, Stacy?
I'm awesome. I'm excited to be here today.
Yeah, it's a great event. We are at the second course of this 3-day event. We are at Hammond Hills, which is a little different than normal for River City Open. First time it's going to be in this event. Super excited to see how these ladies play it.
First up, we have Lisa Fajkus from Canyon Lake, Texas. She's 946 rated and sponsored by Innova. And then we have Cynthia Riciotti from Columbia, Montana, rated 909, sponsored by Dynamic Discs.
Also joining us, we got you, Stacy, out of Indiana. Super excited to have you on the channel for the first time ever. And rounding out the card, we have Sarah DeMar, a classic, great player out of Michigan. Excited to have her back on the coverage again. And we are off to hole one. Stacy, break it down for us.
All right, hole one is a very challenging but light throwing 245 feet, very downhill. I think it takes just a straight backhand touch shot to get it just as straight as an arrow as you can get, and hopefully you can park it for your birdie, but par is pretty acceptable here. I personally was playing it for par because at this time of my game I had absolutely no touch backhand.
That's something that Lisa's pretty good at. She's going to be a touch short there. And I think you can be pretty aggressive too, because as long as you're not, band height coming into the basket, there's like a little bowl there that will catch your disc and kind of stop it. So Cynthia,
this looks good.
Yeah, and so
ace run.
She's trying to start us off. Last round we had lots of runs from distance, and
I don't want to follow that
Cynthia
up.
is going to try to keep that trend going there. That's really the only, I don't want to say miss, but that's really the only way you kind of get distance past the basket.
Yeah.
Being that basket or band height. Looks like you get caught up in some trees and early right there.
Yeah, I just had no confidence with a touch backhand. So I just threw a forehand playing for the 3.
And it looks like Sarah's going to get kicked early off to the left as well. That's the real one danger you run into in this hole. You can find yourself kind of kicked off right or left, depending on how early you kick. But you kind of have an upshot there. You're going to be a little short, but, 8 feet, so it should be a tap-in for you. And I think Cynthia also pitched out as well.
No, Cynthia's up by the basket.
Oh, you're right, Cynthia's up there. That must have been Sarah who had pitched out, and then that must have been for her par.
Yeah.
Tricky uphill putt.
Yeah, good bid for the birdie.
Cynthia looking to get a stroke on our leader here.
Come on, get it, girl. Yes.
That will count.
Great birdie to start the round.
First couple holes here are reachable, so you want to start off birdie if you can. Because
yes, you do.
Hammond Hill has some teeth to it. There's a lot more woods than Earl Brewer, so.
And
a lot more mosquitoes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, there were. That was very real.
You can see Lisa's socks pulled up over her pant legs to make sure that those pesky pests don't get into her ankles. But we are on to hole 2, 221 feet. Stacy, what is the game plan here?
I would say a backhand putter that has a little bit of fade. You want to get left before these bushes here on the right, and just get yourself up for hopefully, again, a potential birdie, but par is also playable. The stuff in the right had a lot of thorny bushes, so you want to stay away from those as best as you can. But yeah, I think it's just a putter backhand play if you have a touch backhand, which I did not at the time.
You got one now, though.
Yeah.
2022 is going to be looking real good, except I don't think 2022 has this course on the docket.
Oh, does it not?
I don't think so. I think it's Brewer all 3 days.
Okay. Well, I am playing here next year, so. Oh, what a park job by Lisa.
I know what that is from her. That's a Sky God 2.
Everyone just look away from your screen for the next 2 seconds.
Is that a pig?
Or you can look again.
Was that a pig you threw?
No, I wasn't throwing pigs at the time. So my bag is 3 weeks old.
Oh my.
So I had just gotten rid of my jawbreaker zones, which I threw for like every upshot, and I hadn't figured it out yet. So I was doing rhinos.
Okay.
For like this whole tournament. So this is also a rhino.
Are you still throwing
So it
rhinos?
wasn't too. Yeah, yeah. I don't throw them anymore. I throw pigs.
Okay.
I wasn't too far out. Luckily, I'm really tall, so I was able to just like get a foot out there and throw an anti-flex forehand.
Yeah, I won't lie. It was a little difficult for me sometimes to film you because I had to go flip. Like, I had to, like, adjust the camera up for you because you're so much taller than most.
You are not the first cameraman to tell me that. So here's Sarah missing her putt. She got like lost there on the right-hand side in those bushes. She got in those thorns pretty nasty. So she actually hadn't even picked up her disc yet. But great birdie again by Cynthia.
Yeah, she's catching 2 strokes real quick.
Yeah. A birdie from Lisa. Very nice birdies, ladies. Those are the ones you want.
For sure. And here's a, tough spot off of your tee shot there, so this will be a good par save for you.
Yeah, I was really happy with this.
What are you putting with there, those pink what?
My JK AVRs. So what had happened here was Sarah had not gotten her disc down from the bushes yet when she had thrown those first 2 throws. She ended up throwing from the wrong disc. It was just a lost disc that was in there that was not hers. So she marked it and threw it and then went back to get that disc after and realized that that was not her disc. So we had to basically replay the hole with some stroke penalties.
Unfortunate break there. It's just, to have a disc hanging in the bush there because the spotter who found it is the exact same color, same ink, stamp color, and unfortunately was not her, so they had to go back, like you said, and it resulted in some strokes. But she does finish out the hole, and she still has a round to play. She's pretty good, too. She's got a good mental game. She's pretty happy still. She's going to stay in a good mood. Hole 3 now, 306 feet. I don't even know what to do here, Stacy. Help me out.
I think most of the girls are going to be throwing like a backhand. I was afraid of the backhand because I didn't want to get to this first tree, the lighter color tree that you can see to the right. I want to point out Cynthia's throw here. I remember this throw very clearly, even though this was months ago, because she just grazed over the hill. We literally saw her chop off grass.
Yeah, she gave it a haircut.
She did, and you saw like grass fly. So like she was maybe half an inch over from hitting that hill, and it is parked.
I guess that's the play.
So I did not have confidence in that backhand shot, so I threw a flex forehand.
Yeah, in circle.
I think it's like circle's edge, maybe inside. I honestly can't remember. Sarah DeMar.
This is looking really good.
That's a good spot. That's going to be right up there. That's a putt look also. I think all 4 of us have putt looks.
Lisa's is definitely circle 2, deep circle 2, but she's open here. Oh, Lord, let's go.
Dead center birdie. Wow, what a putt. How far do you think that was? 40, 45 feet?
Yeah, I would say 45 to 50 if I had to take a guess.
Yeah.
Just dead center, never a doubt.
That was beautiful. Look at that fist pump and everything. I love it.
That was the turn off of her tee shot, right? She was just planning to bank it off to the left side there. Oh,
for sure. Oh,
Sarah just off of it.
Oh, so I am just inside the circle. I saw the line now. So Sarah was outside as well.
And that was a great bid too, just off band.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that one.
Clean up from Sarah there. We still haven't even got to Cynthia's shot.
Yeah, she's still parked.
She's just hanging out with Kyle Klein off to the side. Shout out to Kyle. He followed us, I think, for probably 12, 13 holes or so before going back, before preparing to his round at the end of the day. And so far, you are at a par. Lisa's got a couple birdies, and Cynthia's saying, I'm going for the perfect 18.
I would say she's got a turkey right now. Gobble, gobble.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult hole to kind of keep that train going. We'll see what she can do. 336 feet. Stacy, break it down for us. What do we got?
It's another backhand shot, I think. The really difficult part of this hole is once you get here, it's really hard to match the angle, and you're very likely to go down this incredibly steep hill down off to the right. You do not want to be down there. I speak from experience. Very woodsy and very, very uphill if you're down there. So let's see what these girls can do.
Cynthia's going to give another haircut to the grass.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is got
a really good spot.
Stop.
Yep. So that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's and it's blind off the tee too, which we didn't say,
Yes.
but it is blind off the tee, which means once you throw it, she threw that. It looked like a great line, and honestly, where it landed would have gave her a circle 2 look, but then it's gonna roll to that probably 80 feet away down the hill, which makes it a very difficult upshot.
I think this is Lisa's favorite disc for off the tee pad, at least. It's their Halo turn.
Oh,
and
yeah.
She threw very, very well. It had a nice little flex and came out of it with really good distance.
You giving it a haircut too there?
I am. I thought
Oh,
this was going to be parked.
it looked like it was gonna be.
Now I see why it wasn't.
There are some guardian trees, not a lot of them, but they're kind of just, clustered on front of there. There's you see the biggest one is the common one that a lot of people hit if they go early left. In fact, I think some players I've seen try to go a little left of that tree on top of the hill to try to limit the roll.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a tough green. It's just, it's 45 degrees or more at most of the hill.
Yeah, and it's got really fast dirt, and so the upshot is also very technical and very challenging because you want the disc's plate to line up with the exact angle of the hill so it doesn't get that roll away.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's also a very fast green, and you can kick a tree and roll away. Luckily,
That could have gotten
the
worse.
disc gods blessed me with a very small roll away.
Cynthia's still with a bid there. She was closer than I remembered.
Yeah, me too. I bet it looks closer on camera than it actually was because she was down.
She's pretty far away.
Yeah.
But we got your tap in. Yeah, no, you with the scary moment, almost with a roll away, able to stick close. And we got 2 more cleanups here to finish up hole 4. Cynthia's run will end, but still lots of birdies, I'm certain, from her coming up.
What a great way to start your second round, though.
Oh, yeah. Start off with a turkey. Get yourself within not lose any strokes there to the leader, really, or kind of gain a stroke. And now we're on to hole 5, 251 feet. This is a 4-hand hole, right?
Yeah, I would definitely say it was a 4-hand hole. This cluster of 3-4 trees here on the left-hand side is what you're aiming for off the tee because it is blind. I tried to throw around those with a 4-hand and come out of it to go into the basket. And you can either throw a 4-hand or an Annie backhand.
I think we'll see Cynthia go with the backhand.
Just whatever you're comfortable with.
And that one was a little too close to the hairline there. That's actually going to get caught up early and be off to the left of the fairway. She's been flirting with that dirt, and it finally caught up to her.
Yeah.
Lisa's really good at this shot.
Yeah, that looks amazing. Oh no, what it hit!
It's so that top of the hill lasts longer than you think, and so if you kind of just barely crest it, you're gonna find yourself skipping off the hill. And yours looked really good as well, honestly.
Yeah.
If it was maybe a couple feet to the right, it would have been perfect, like a pin run, but kicked off early.
That's what I was aiming for, was to the right of that tree, and I just turned it over a little too much. Again, my bag was only 3 weeks old at the time. After getting sponsored by Innova. Will you stop rolling, please?
I think it did, but it's now behind a tree.
Love that.
Thank you, disc gods. Jeez. All right, we
Bless my friends too, man.
Oh no, you had to say it. Now Cynthia's rolling off to the left.
Oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia.
All right, you're off to the left as well. Throwing 4-hand rhino.
Yep.
That's a beautiful shot there.
Thank you. Yeah, that one I had really, really, really rough footing, and my follow through was hitting that tree. I was actually really, really proud of that shot. That was a really hard one.
Sky got 2 from Lisa Fajkus. A little short, but that's in her range. I haven't been talking about stats really. The first 2 holes played both under par at 2.86 for the FPO field today, with a great upshot from Sarah right there.
Oh, parked.
But holes 3 and 5 both played the same at +1 over par, and hole 4 played as so far the most difficult hole that we've played at +0.38. And great run from Cynthia, nearly saving the par.
Oh, what a bid!
Oh, you can start seeing the mosquitoes in front of the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you what, if you can see a mosquito in the camera, it's 1,000 times worse for the players.
For sure. They were no joke.
Yeah, they were. And I remember the weekend after this, I think it was the weekend after this, we went to CCR to film, and
Oh, yeah.
it was so bad.
I know some of the girls were wearing bug nets over their face.
Mm-hmm.
It was so bad. I'm glad I dropped that tournament.
I don't know how Cynthia doesn't have pants on right now. Like, it's making me itchy thinking about that weekend. You too. Like, I don't know how you're doing it. It just, oh boy. Anyway, we're on to hole 6, our first true par 4 of the round. What's the breakdown here?
It's a dog-leg right. It's, again, blind off of the tee pad. You kind of want to get, I would say, to the left of this tree right here that the drone is going right of. And then you just want to play your upshot well. The green is very, very challenging. There's another steep hill right behind it, and it's very fast. If you hit these leaves or this dirt, you're going to be skipping, so you have to be very precise at your landing zones for the upshot, which I think is the most challenging part of this hole, because you also have the trees in the way.
Mm-hmm. Now, none of you are going to take my line, because I think you all are smarter, but Lisa, unfortunately, going to be inside gap. She's going to kick left, and that is not a good spot for her, but
Absolutely not.
We'll see what she can do. I actually take the gap on the right side. Over the hill.
I never even saw the right-hand one.
Yeah, you shouldn't, because it's not really there. I hit it almost every time I go, because I've, like an idiot, and I practiced it enough. But it is very dangerous. But there is a gap on the right side that if you don't really have that turnover shot, someone like me, I'm going to try to take the super dangerous gap over the hill and try to just hyzer it back on top of the hill late, and it just makes the upshot really, really simple. The danger is, of course, if you hit early, you're going to take a 17 or worse. So
your scorecard's going to be bleeding.
So all you guys are taking the smart route here because you guys have the skill, and Cynthia's just lacing this. This is a great spot.
She's on fire. That was her drives off the tee are spot on today.
Yeah, Lisa was in a no bueno spot and just pitches out to the fairway.
Smart.
Sky God 2. I'm going to keep saying it.
It's got to be your favorite disc, right?
I think it's her favorite upshot disc because it just has so much freedom. It's a disc that is really good stability-wise. It's stable enough that if you throw with power in it, it will hold the hyzer if you give it the angle. But if you really snap on it, you can get it to go straight for a minute. Mm-hmm. So just like it's really, and the glide on it isn't crazy, so you're able to kind of throw it and land where you're aiming. So there's just not a lot of problems with the disc. And I actually was able to give her a few while she was out at this event. Down the hill, stop.
Yeah.
Juiced it.
Yeah, I just made a mistake there.
It's because it was a rhino. Now that you have the pigs, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, it's so interesting to look back at this now because my game has changed so much.
Mm-hmm.
It just, when your discs are so new, you don't trust them. You don't know exactly how it's going to fly. You don't trust it. I thought this was interesting. It's the right bid, but in my unexperienced mind, I was questioning why she didn't run that because I think it was like, and when I was looking at it, I thought it was only 50 feet, but looking on camera, it looked way further than that, and that was absolutely the smart play. She was laying up for bogey, I think, right?
Yes.
Or was she laying for par?
No, that was for bogey because she had the early kick left that she had to pitch out of.
Right. So I thought that was an interesting call. I thought this one was interesting as well, but that just shows you how scary this green is, that none of these women are willing to risk the extra strokes that it could absolutely cost. Yeah,
and I think on top of that, you can't really see it. There's not a lot of wind today, which made the mosquitoes worse. I wish there had been a little bit of wind, but this hole normally is very, very windy, which makes that putt that much scarier. So, I mean, it felt like it was the opportunity to go for it because you had the least amount of impact, but both of them just saying, hey, I'm going to take my medicine here rather than, putt 4 times because I'm going to go down the hill, and they're just hoping to kind of move on to the next hole, which is hole 7, which is another beautiful hole, back-to-back from 6. What do we got going on here, Stacy?
It says 312 feet, but I don't know how much I really believe that one.
We'll put an asterisk next to it. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So that's like the layout of it is downhill then extremely uphill, but I think it takes like 350 feet of power at least to get it up there. You have 2 different gaps you can take. There's like a right hand or a left hand gap, not left hand, but left side gap of these trees. I chose to go around the left side with a forehand. Oh yeah. Try to do a little flex and get it around, and I could not have thrown that better in my opinion for where I was at in my game. I was really proud of that shot. Yeah. This one I'm playing for a 3 for sure. I don't know about my card mates here, but I think they're all throwing backhands too, which pulls you away from the basket. But I mean, it's 315 feet.
Right.
I don't know how many of us have 315-foot forehands.
And to be fair, I don't know this for certain. I wish I knew or I'd looked and paid more attention, I guess. I almost want to say the basket ends up being a slightly above the pad.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Because to me, off the tee pad, I felt like it was 350 feet.
Yeah. So, like, it does play more because you're playing uphill net total.
Yeah, 350 feet of power, not necessarily feet.
Oh, I'm having flashbacks. I was back here with Cynthia at this time as she nails the tree at the very top of the head. She had some magic mystical spray on. The mosquitoes were leaving her alone for a moment. They were not leaving me alone.
Oh, no.
So I was like,
well, while you were recording?
yeah, so I was like, get me out of here. Like, Cynthia, just park it so we can go back up there.
Oh, it's funny. And she did just that.
Sarah, good up shot from her. That's going to be a tap in.
Yep.
Cynthia was early treed.
Well, now she's parked.
Now she's parked. Now she's got that.
Yeah.
And, you know, Hammond just kind of shows its teeth like, oh, my Lord. What are you making bids too, huh?
Yeah, I actually was running that. Well, and I didn't have a touch backhand at the time. So, like, even to consider doing a backhand was a big deal instead of doing, like, a forehand up shot. And I was, you know, just giving it a try because I don't do it in tournaments very often. An unfortunate bogey from Cynthia.
Yeah, just not, especially when she's trying to chase down Lisa.
Yeah, and her drive looked so clean. She just barely kissed a tree that kicked her so far away because it was like at the downhill part of the fairway, and she just got unlucky there, in my opinion.
Yeah. No birdies or bogeys from you yet. You just got a gray card. Let's see if we can.
Boring gray.
Let's see if we can get some green here on hole 8. The drone's gonna take up this right side, but there's 2 plays here, Cynthia. Stacy, I'm calling you Cynthia. I don't know why, because I just saw Cynthia. So, what's the breakdown here, Stacy?
It's only 241 feet, and it's pretty downhill also. I went the extremely outer gap, trying to throw a forehand, but a lot of girls are probably going to try to do that inner gap and just more run straight at it. I thought that was going to be parked, but hit some foliage. Yeah, Sarah going the straight shot. Wow. Oh, wow. That's so good. That was so clean. Exactly what you want.
Yep. Gets a
that was impressive.
Little flare left, but she's still well within circle. Lisa surprisingly go with the forehand here, and she turns it over. We're gonna
into the foliage. That's a tough bush to be in. I'm sure she can still get par from there, though. She's Lisa Fajkus.
Cynthia looking to take advantage of this because the birdie almost is out of the picture for Lisa.
Look at that. It just kind of squeezed right through there, and it looks like it's going to be a relatively open putt for Cynthia.
I agree. Oh,
and
no,
she's got a pretty open look, too.
That was a great forehand.
Yeah.
Okay, this is in your range. Ooh.
I overshot it.
It was better than undershooting it.
Yeah. Oh, Sarah, great putt. Oh, that was so good. What a birdie. What a good feel.
Cynthia here to get a stroke.
Come on, girl. Yes, dead center. Great birdies, ladies. And they both went up the middle gap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe that's the route, because
and now we know.
They both birdied it, and we didn't.
I think it makes it more advantageous because I think the kick right. I think what happened to you, that early foliage on the left, is really more common than people make it look. Because you got to be really low and skip because it's downhill. The angle's hard to get. But, yeah, it's a tricky hole. I think that uphill gap is really good for most players. Hole 9 now. Another, it says par 3, which it should probably be a par 4.
Absolutely should be par 4 for the FPO division for sure.
450 feet.
FPO, I don't know.
It's really tricky. We had a couple guys that were able to sneak in some 2s there, but it's not an easy shot. It's just as much distance as you can get off the tee. And then if you're close enough, you can get a putt. But most likely you're having probably another 150, 200-foot up shot.
Yeah. Well, luckily they cleaned off a lot of this in the middle so that, you know, even if you are in tree jail, you're not really dealing with a lot of bushes or stuff and, like, small foliage in your way. I think it was cleared out well. So, I mean, you obviously want to be in the middle of the fairway like Cynthia is. What a perfect throw. Wow. That was so good. But if you get off to the right or left, I think mostly on this hole, if I remember correctly, you're doing all right. Because I played a forehand, having it fade off to the right, just knowing that I'm still going to have an open look.
I actually really like that play, especially if you're not planning on trying to attack the basket, but going into that right side, because the left woods is no bueno. Don't go there.
Oh, is it not? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I never knew because I never went over there.
See, you just stayed away from all the baskets. So that's a great shot from Lisa. Like, that's probably the ideal landing zone. But I like your landing zone.
She has so much power on that.
Yeah, she has surprising power here. I swear, when Sarah threw that, I thought she snapped her. I thought she broke her hand.
It looked like she hit the tree. Did she not hit the tree?
Oh, I mean, it was the loudest snap I had ever heard in my life. And I'm like, after that disc landed, I'm like, are you okay? And she like just turned around and looked at me like I had asked her if she was an alien. She's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, are you sure? Because I heard something break and I don't know what it was.
So was it her snap of her fingers off the disc?
I just don't know. I mean, she acted so casual about it. She just like, I don't know. And she just smiled and walked away. I'm like, what just happened?
In Sarah fashion.
Yes. A little there to the right, but you're going to have a putt, I think.
Yeah, I think I said there, that's not the intended line, but that works.
Anything to get in circle.
Yeah.
Lisa going with that Sky God 2. And
Was that a Sky God 2?
Oh, yeah, that is. Blue rim, pink center, Sky God 2.
I'm just teasing you for how much you call it out.
Oh, I know.
That's got to be your favorite disc too, right? Oh, okay. I thought she almost had that.
That's a bid from Sarah. I may be the world's #1 collector of Sky God 2.
Ah, see, that makes sense.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
Yeah, I have an ultra rare black Sky God 2 with a black stamp, and so it's like my favorite collection, collector's disc probably up until 2021.
Nice. Way to capitalize on that par also, Cynthia. That she had a really good plan just for playing par. She executed perfectly.
She's going to tap in her par as well. Really no major mistakes outside of the one hole from Lisa, which was a chosen layup rather than trying to push that one. So still a solid round from her. Everyone really on the card not playing, playing pretty well. I'm going to say the word boring from Stacy right now from you, but really you just haven't had any mistakes. You just haven't capitalized on some of the opportunities yet, but I'm certain you're going to see some great shots in this back nine.
We'll see.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you guys on the back nine coverage of River City Open. Look at that. We did it.